It is time now for Inside Out as SNY NBA insider Ian Begley joins us from Madison Square Garden. And Ian, how intertwined are the Anunoby surgery and the trade with Detroit?
I think very much so, Eamon, because, all along the Knicks had wanted to get a bench player and ideally get a player that was under contract for next year so they could use that salary in a trade this offseason. But getting a second player, it was kind of out there, but I think like a dream scenario to get Bogdanovic and Burks. But I think once they learned about Anunoby, and I think they knew for a little bit because other teams knew today, I think it became even more apparent that they needed a Bogdanovic. And so they were aggressive there with Detroit once Detroit made it clear that, hey, we're ready to move on from Bogdanovic. Knicks were right there with several other teams, and they got the deal done.
All right, you led me to my next question because we've been discussing Alec Burks as a possibility for the Knicks for a while. But how were they able to get Bogdanovic on top of Burks?
Yeah, you know what? Detroit, it was unclear if they were going to move on from him coming into this week. Some people with the Pistons wanted to keep him and to try to win some games. Others felt like, hey, let's trade him. Let's get some young talent back. And ultimately, that side won out. But, until the Knicks knew that and other teams knew that, I think they were kind of in the dark about whether they should go forward and be aggressive. But once they figured that out, Philly was right there, and I think Philadelphia, Detroit had wanted to get Tobias Harris in a deal, and I think that was one of the sticking points there. But for the Knicks, they were able to use Quentin Grimes, use Evan Fournier, use some of their draft compensation, the three things they had to use in a deal to be aggressive and to get the Bogdanovic deal done.
Some solid pickups by the Knicks, but Ian, I'm just upset we won't get to talk about Bruce Brown again here on Honda Sports Night. All right, Ian, Julius Randle missing his sixth straight game on Thursday. What's the latest on his prognosis?
Yeah, I've heard that he's made some positive steps in this 2 to 3 week rehab process that he is currently under, and I guess it ends shortly after the All-Star break, and at that point, the team and the player will make a decision on what the next steps are. I don't know, surgery fully ruled out or he's definitely coming back. I'm not sure, but I think the idea that he has made some positive steps to date in this rehab process, I think it's leaving people optimistic that Julius Randle will come back on the court here for New York at some point during the regular season.